This video is sponsored by BESTLINE Racing, your best line of defense against heat and rust. Check the links in the description to get a 20% off coupon code to their website. Let's get started with this video. What's going on, everybody? If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing. So in today's video, we'll be replacing the driver's side CV axle on the supercharged daily. We'll be taking this to the track soon, so I'm trying to get everything kind of where it needs to be. And I noticed whenever I was redoing the brakes, I put new pads on last night and wrinkle red over the brake calipers, and I did the rear drums as well, red with the wrinkle. So when I was doing that, I noticed the CV axle was completely split open, slinging grease everywhere. So I'm going to replace this one along with that one, but they didn't have one in stock, so I got to wait on that one. But I'll show you how to do this one right here. So we'll be using an import direct CV axle. I got it from O'Reilly's for about $84, something like that. I've seen these personally run on a 500 horsepower D series, run a 10-second quarter-mile pass on these shafts, so it should be good enough for my car, because my car is not even close to a 10-second quarter-mile pass. But I want to upgrade these eventually to the 500 horsepower CV axles, but there isn't really a need to because these work so well. I just want to do it on the red car when it comes time for that. So if you guys didn't know, BESTLINE sponsored this video. Huge shout out to BESTLINE. They're not just a great sponsor, they actually make a great product. There will be a link in the description to get 20% off coupon code for your entire purchase price on their website. And their products, I use them in everything. I use it from my lawnmower to the race cars and on the daily. Also use it on the Pilot. Really good stuff. If you guys want more info on that, definitely check the links in the description. But I'm going to go ahead and get the car jacked up. We're going to take the wheel off, and then we'll get started from there. Alright, so I want to take this time to let you guys know I do still have merch available, like the shirt I am wearing. I'm selling those $20 shipped to your door. Wallets will be $35 shipped to your door. Texas Honda Channel stickers and air fresheners, $10. You can only buy it as a combo set, so it'll come with one sticker and one air freshener for $10 shipped to your door. So if anyone's interested in this, hit me up on Instagram at instagram.com/Texas Honda Channel and tell me you want some merch, and then we can work out the details from there. If you don't have an Instagram, please consider making one, because that's how I do most of the sales. I don't have a point of sales page, so I just use my PayPal. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely hit me up on Instagram. But we're going to go ahead and get back to the work. Okay, now that we got it all the way to this point, basically there's a 32 millimeter nut that will loosen up. These can be hard if they've never been removed before. So you'll take a flat head right here and you'll hit it with a hammer, because they usually pinch these in. And if that doesn't work, the other method I like to do is stick a huge screwdriver through these slots and wedge it up against there. Put a 32 millimeter with a breakover bar, use a cheater bar, something like the jack handle, and make it really long and break it down that way. It's the best way I've found to do it. So I guess we should just get to it. Alright, now that we've got it like this, we'll go up top. You'll remove the two 14s that are here. Loosen up the 14s on the sides. You don't have to take them off. Then you'll take the 17 millimeter nut right here off of the upper control arm. Remove these two 10 millimeters that hold the brake line in. And then down at the bottom, we've got a 17 nut right here. And then it's a bolt on the other side. You'll get that out. We'll have to remove the strut to get the CV axle out. Now, this is the method I like to do. Some people like to just remove the lower ball joint or the lower control arm, but this seems to be the best way for me. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and show you. Next thing to do is put a drain pan directly under the CV axle. because it will leak out some fluid. You can use a pry bar or a wrench sometimes works. You can wedge it behind the CV axle and then pry it out, and then it's good to go. But don't do that first. The first thing you want to do is to remove the CV axle. Just kind of push it through. If it's wedged in there because it's old or whatever reason, you might want to spray some penetrant. BESTLINE makes a good spray, so does PB Blast. So you can spray some of that in there, let it soak in, and then it should come out fairly easy. Now, if it does get stuck, you can put a screwdriver or something and tap it out just like that. Then pull it off to the side, let it hang down. Don't just yank it out because it'll tear the boot. You want this thing as intact as possible. So I'm going to go ahead, get under there, and try to knock it out of there, and then we'll go from there. Take the new one, line up the threads, just twist it a little like that, and then give it a really good shove. And that's it. Alright, so that's it. You basically just shove it in there really hard. You want to make sure it has a little clunk noise and no more fluids are leaking out. That's how you know you got it in all the way, and there won't be a gap. Also, this is a good time to clean up in here from all the old CV boot grease, so I'll be doing that in a minute. And I did notice that I don't have a sway bar. I thought I did. So I ended up grabbing this piece off of the hatch, and I'm going to be getting aftermarket lower control arms up front with solid bushings in them so that it launches a little bit harder. It's kind of an overlooked thing, but it does make your quarter mile times faster having solid front end. So this piece here will have a sway bar end link hole, and I'll have the sway bar with the polyurethane bushings as soon as I get the front lower control arm. I just wanted to explain that real quick, but I'm going to go ahead and clean this up, and then we'll put this the rest of the way in, and I'll show you the rest. As for this part, we'll basically just move this in there, just like that. Push it through, and put the CV nut on. It doesn't have to be all the way on, just kind of enough to kind of hold it in place. And then we put the strut back on. Now this strut is a DNA motoring strut with a cheap coilover, and I have to say I'm really impressed with these. They ride like factory. We got this so that once we go to the track, we can put the drag slicks on and raise it up so there's fender clearance. So I had to put these on, but I will leave a link in the description for the DNA motoring strut and coilover combo. So if you guys are interested, definitely get some. I highly recommend them. They're really affordable and they work good. I will eventually be upgrading to a full coilover with adjustable damper, but that'll be in the future, and it does cost a little bit more money, so I'm not worried about that right now. I got these, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in. One thing to make a note of is this arrow looking shape faces the front on both sides, so don't try putting that in backwards. Alright, there it is. CV axle is back in. Everything's tightened down, and any fluid that we lost we could easily replace, but this is how much fluid I lost. It's not very much at all. I'll definitely check to see if it needs more, but it doesn't have a dipstick. The way to check it on these is, the way I check it is the speed sensor hole, where the speed sensor goes. I just fill it up through there. You take the speed sensor out, which is hard to see right now, but it's down there and you can fill it up. Now it's best to just drain it all out and put fresh in, but this is still kind of fresh due to the fact that I just put this transmission in not too long ago, and yeah, should be good. But now everything's good down there. I'll put the wheel back on, torque it all down, and drop it down off the jack stand. is, all back together and ready to go. So before we lose light on the red Civic, I want to show you I put the tinted windows from the front of the hatch. They fit in perfectly, and has interior now. As you can see, you got the carpet. I deep cleaned and shampooed it and pressure washed it while it was out of the car and let it dry. So people will look in at car meets and stuff and just be like, oh, it's a full interior slow Civic, cool. And they won't realize that they're gonna be taken to Gapplebee's. I'm gonna be putting GoPro mounts all over the car, inside and out, and doing some recording of that kind of stuff. So this thing still has a little ways to go before we can do that, but we're getting there slowly. And Orange Car's now got the solid brand new CV shaft on this side, which has a warranty, so if I do break it, I can get it warranted. The passenger side is good still, but I will be replacing that. They just didn't have any in stock, like I said. But yeah, this one here is definitely destroyed. As you can see, it's torn open. Technically, it still worked. It didn't click or make any noises. So this one could be a backup just in case I break it, like at the track or something, and I could limp it home with this. But since this is the daily, this isn't going to be the full track car, always at the track thing. I'll just be, adjusting things here and there and making it quicker and seeing what I can get out of it. I'm shooting for a 13. I'll be happy with that. Honestly, faster would be better, but it's only on 6 pounds of boost on a stock Y8 engine on the E85, making 182 wheel horsepower. So I guess we'll see. It all depends on the track and, well, me, the driver. So we'll see how that turns out. But that's basically it for this video. If you guys like this video, definitely hit the like button. It helps the channel grow so much, and we are already at 6,350 subscribers. At this current exact point. It could change by the time the video is uploaded. Tomorrow will be officially 1 year since Texas Honda Channel has been on YouTube, and we are growing so fast. So thank you guys so much for sharing the videos and liking them. Be sure to tell all your friends and share videos with them and post them on social media. But yeah, if anyone's interested in merch, definitely hit me up on Instagram. But I think I'm gonna call quits on this video. So as I like to say, God bless, stay safe, stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next one.